Welcome back. Today we are going to make something called Mugu Guy Pan, and translated to English, Mugu is mushrooms and chicken is guy, and the pan is actually means chopped up chicken. So this is chopped up chicken with mushrooms, and we're going to do a little bit of a twist this time around. It's always good to kind of change things up. And we are going to do ours with a twist of lemon and pepper. So this is Mugu Guy Pan with lemon and pepper. It's going to be a stir fry, and so what we remember about stir frying is before you put anything in, you want to preheat the wok, which is what's happening now. And let's just see if our wok is hot enough. Got some water here, and we're going to drizzle some water on there, and you'll see that it basically just kind of jumps around and disappears. So our wok is nice and hot, so we like that. So we can hold the wok at that temperature, and what we'll do is we're going to cut everything up first. And let's get started. What I want to do is I want to velvet my chicken, and this is kind of the secret to making it very tender and moist. One thing that really helps is to use the chicken thighs, because they have more FAT, flavor and taste, fat. And we're going to put in a tablespoon of cornstarch to coat it. There we go. And to that, we will add some flavoring. One flavoring is going to be our wine. This is Shaoxing cooking wine. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in there. There we go. And a tablespoon of soy sauce. And just a touch of oil. And I'm using avocado oil. There we go. Maybe like a teaspoon. And we'll just kind of mix that together. So that will coat the chicken a little bit. There we go. And the wine, in addition to some flavoring it's slightly acidic. And so that means it's going to tenderize the chicken a little bit. And the cornstarch is going to thicken that and hold that velveting against the chicken. So there we go. So that's going to be nicely coated. And we'll just put that aside until it's time to add it. So we'll just put that up there. So let's talk about the mugu, or the mogu, and I like to use just some nice button mushrooms, and I will cut them into 4 pieces. What I do is I cut right to the stem, cut the stem in half, and then cut right to the stem. So those will be nice, robust pieces. Try not to drop them all over the place. There we go. Some onion. I like to use red onion. It's nice to have a sharp knife. So we'll cut the 2 ends off the onion, like that. I'll cut it in half. It's got a nice base. There we go. And we'll just peel the skin off that onion. Try not to waste too much of it. And I'm just going to, a couple ways I could cut it. I could cut it into julienne strips, or I could just cut it into cubes or little squares. And I'll do this simply because the mushrooms themselves are kind of blocky, and I'll just have the onions also be a little bit blocky. I don't have to break these up, but it doesn't hurt. There we go. So that's ready. And let's cut up our carrot. Our favorite thing to do with carrots. I've washed this carrot. I don't peel them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll cut. So you can see I'm giving a quarter of a turn each time so that these will be about the same size. There we go. Nice and easy. So carrots. Let's go with a pepper. Got a half a pepper. I just cut it in half. Take out the seeds and the core. And what I'll do with this is I'll cut these into strips. And I think I'll just cut those strips in half. Again, just to kind of keep things about the same size. I like it chopstick size. So you can just pop them into your mouth when you're ready. There we go. And we've got some bok choy, which is a Chinese cabbage. This is a baby bok choy, which is different than regular bok choy. It's small, it's a little more tender. And what I'll do here is the stems, the stalks, I'll cut a little smaller, and then the leaves a little bigger. I'm going to put the leaves under the stems because they're going to go in after the stems, if I can remember to do that. The leaves don't take quite as long to cook. We've got some green beans from the garden, and what I do with those, I leave them, depending on how long they are. If they're chopstick size, I won't cut them. And I just take the, if there's some stem on it, I'll just take those off. There we go. I'll leave those there. Try not to launch them. And then for our garnish, we'll use some scallions, and I'll just cut those into 1/4-inch pieces. This knife that I'm using, this cleaver, is from Tuo Cutlery, Tuo, and they wrote to me and asked me if I would be willing to use it in my demos, and they sent this to me, and it is really it's a nice knife. It's got a curved edge, so it's great for the cutting, and it's got a pretty handle, and it came razor sharp. They also they sent it with a sharpener, with a honing steel, which is good. All right. So I'm going to have to move these because when I go to slam the spices, it's going to launch these into the air. We're not on our stone counter here, so it'll probably bounce everything. So we're almost ready. Let's get our garlic and our ginger, which is pretty much ubiquitous in Chinese cooking. Garlic, ginger, and scallions are considered the Chinese flavor base. It's kind of what gives Chinese cooking its unique flavor. There we go. And we've got some fresh ginger here. This one's a little bit dry there, so you can just kind of slice that off, and you can see the inside is right there. I'm gonna slice about 1/8 of an inch off on there. It's a good sized chunk of ginger. So those are ready to be prepared. And then I had mentioned that we're going to have some some lemon. So I'm going to get some lemon zest here. And you know, if you really like lemon, like a lot of it, just want a light touch, that's fine. What you don't want to do is you don't want to grate so far down in the lemon rind that you get the white part. The white part is bitter, and it really doesn't taste a whole lot like the fruit. There we go. All right. So we'll try to remember that later. And I'm also going to get ready to put this juice in at the end. So, are we ready? We are ready to go. So we'll start. I'm going to smash my garlic. Get out. There we go. Put some of that paper there. And we'll smash our ginger here. Whoa! It just obliterated that, which is good. All right. So now we are ready. I've got my some oil. So this moves pretty fast, and we're going to put things in the order that we'd like them to cook. So we're going to put in our oil first, and then very quickly we're going to put in our carrots and our chicken, because the carrots will take the longest to cook. We want to make sure the chicken is cooked. So that's what we'll do. So here we go. And I mean fast. So this is going to smoke up, because this wok is very hot. There we go. Smoke. There we go. And our carrots. And here comes our chicken. Doesn't take much. There we go. We'll put in our onions. All right. Put in our mushrooms. You like that sizzling that's happening? All right, we're going to put in our green beans. I'd like to soften them up a little bit. Carrots are caramelizing. Nice. Put in our peppers. And that moisture from the vegetables is deglazing the pan. There we go. If you ever put so much in that it stops sizzling, it means you've overloaded your wok. now we'll put in our bok choy. All right, here we go with our lemon zest. I'm going to put that right in. And our lemon juice. And our pepper. Ooh, we don't use that in there. Pepper to taste. Probably put in about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper there. Now I'm going to shut the heat off. There we go. Heat's off. And I'm going to put in our scallions. Here we go. Mushrooms, chicken, and some lemon pepper. So let's put this on our ever ready bowl of rice. All right. I don't know, it's going to be pretty hot. So here's the chicken. Very tender. A little bit of bite from the lemon. The mushroom. So, there you have it. Mugu Guy Pan, mushrooms with chicken. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.